each September now we create a classroom site for each course section, and ignore the student names. Within each student section, or sorry, within each course section, there's a OneNote library that's set up, and within the OneNote library, it's designed so that each teacher has a section group. I guess I can use the proper language with you folks since you know OneNote. Each teacher has a section group, and then each student has a section group. And now that you've seen that, I'll flip over into OneNote. So there you see the notebook for each of my 3 course sections of grade 10 mathematics. They're all the same except for the names. The teacher section is visible to everyone. It's visible to the parents, the students, and of course me as a teacher. As a teacher, I can write anything I want on it. The students and the parents can only see it and can't touch it. There's a planning tab that is invisible to students and parents. So that's my planning that I can do whatever I want and then drag it in later. Our teachers use it for marks and team teaching and what have you. We're all familiar with the OneNote tabs and section groups, and we do that fairly well. Our teachers, we use it across the school, so from music to phys ed to drama, into the English and social sciences. And the implementation by individual teachers varies wildly. From myself, I guess I'm almost at one extreme where we go page by page, day by day, slowly developing our notebook, to the other extreme where our physics teacher has about, I'm trying to think exactly how much he has. I'm going to say it's at least 40 gig of material he drops into his OneNote on September 1, and that's what he works his way through for the entire year. So those 2 different kinds of implementations, and then everything in between. So the students will retrieve materials from the teacher section, copied into their own section to work on, and within their own section, they have complete control over it, but for a couple of sections. And they will write all their notes, they'll do all their assignments, they'll submit all their assignments through the OneNote structure. And in order to simplify that for the teachers, every student comes pre-prepared with an A section. And the A section is just the Dropbox for the student's work. So if I'm expecting an assignment from a student, they'll put it in the A tab. And that way I don't have to go looking through all of their tabs for whatever assignment I'm looking for. If we're looking at the sort of top 5, the first top 5 I guess I would use is the Search This Notebook. Because all of our student work is all within the same notebook, I just search the notebook for a phrase that's pertaining to last night's homework, and I can see all the students' pages pretty quickly without having to go hunting for them. So that's one of my first 5 tabs. We also have the M tab, and this was a teacher-motivated suggestion after our first year. This tab is invisible to the students and the parents. So when a student puts something in A, I will drag it over into M. I can then mark it, take my time marking it, write it all up, comment it, assess it, put a grade on it, and then students can't see any of that happening. But when I'm all done, I drag it over into the R section where it's returned. The student, of course, can see it, the parents can see it, but they can't write on it. They can drag it back into open section and get a copy of it to mark it up again, but otherwise they can't change it at all. And so that sort of forms a digital portfolio for the kid throughout the year. What we're now starting to work with is the groups. So at the top level of the notebook, we've got a G section, and within the G section, they're assigned to a group, and only that group can see that tab, and they can do their work collaboratively. And when they're done, only they can see it, and I can touch it whenever I need to. We haven't got that yet done so that it's dynamic, so that a teacher can do it. So right now the server has to, the IT staff make the tab, assign the permissions, and then they can go out and run with it. So that's the academic portion. You can sort of see from the left-hand side of my screen that it's stretched through into almost every other area of the school. We have our professional development, which goes crazy with the OneNotes, the coaches. We did an online course with OneNote using the same OneNote notebook structure with kids from around the world. It was nice. The synchronization worked really nice so that a kid can write their work in China and have it synchronized and available for feedback by the teacher. And I'm going to likely say that I've likely exhausted what I need to share with you all right now. I think what's really been nice is the fact that the OneNote web app now allows ink, and so all of the work that our students do, we all have tablet computers with styluses, is now visible to the parents.